little after 9 a.m. on Wednesday, February 13th. I'll call the meeting to order. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Franklin.
Here.
Chris Armstrong.
Here.
Ron Miller.
Present.
Show all members present accounted for. Approval of claims.
How about the minutes first? I make a
I'm sorry?
motion that we approve the minutes of the February 6, 2013 meeting as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion regarding approval of the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, passes on a vote of 3-0. Now let's try approval of claims in the amount of $353,722.07.
I have reviewed them, and I would make a motion for the approval of the claims in the amount of $353,722.07.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, passes on a vote of 3-0. Approval of licenses. There are none for consideration. Are there any changes to the agenda?
None.
Hearing none. Are there any visitor comments? Okay. Under old business, we have business that was remaining from the code enforcement officer, I believe.
Yes, Your Honor. That would be concerning the properties on West Broadway.
1417 George Street, 408 Burlington Avenue.
I don't have anything on those.
Okay. Or, let's see, I think the one on 408 Burlington Avenue actually was regarding a property maybe on Henry Street, Rip Fenwick.
Yes, that one was, I thought 2 weeks ago, I thought that I said that one was resolved. That
Okay.
was 835 Helm Street.
Okay, we can take 408 Burlington Avenue off the list.
Yes,
Tony Garcia, 1417 George Street.
that one has been resolved also.
Okay.
The
All right.
one that I had on my list that was scheduled to be back in here today was 516 West Broadway.
Okay, and that's going to be in your report, correct?
If you want to save it for then, that's
Yeah,
what we'll do.
we'll save it till then.
Okay.
Thank you. Pardon me while I do a little housekeeping here. Okay. There's no further old business. Under new business, we have Building Commissioner Bill Drinkwine. Bill.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I apologize for the stack of papers that I put in front of you that read than you want them to do. But, I submitted my report. If there's any questions on that, I can address those. If not, the one new business item that I have is that we are scheduled to go forward on the 19th of February with the demolition of the property at 216 North Psychic Street. We have coordinated, or say we, the building or the highway department superintendent has coordinated with the state Department of Transportation. We will be closing the north lane of North Psychic Street for that one-day period. I believe we have it from 8 to 6 p.m. I would also request that there is an alley on the south side of that structure for the full block. I would like permission to close that alley down to public use for the period of the 19th to the 23rd, which basically gives the contractor 5 days to be able to complete, get the site cleaned up, and then reopen that alley at the end of business on the 23rd of February.
Are there any questions regarding that project? 216 North Psychic? It's North Psychic.
216 North Psychic, yes.
Okay, I would make the motion to approve your recommendation to close the alley in conjunction with the demolition of the property at 216 North Psychic. Everything else is pending approval by the state. Is that correct? On Psychic Street?
We had to do a 10-day courtesy notice to the state
Right.
because it's an abandoned facility. That was processed and filed with the state as a cursory report.
Right.
We had asbestos abatement to complete based on some testing that was done. That will be completed by end of business on the 18th, Monday. So right now, we have everything scheduled, and we are scheduled to start demolition on the morning of the 19th.
Okay.
I'd second your motion.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of acting on the recommendation of the building commissioner to close the alley. It's an east-west alley adjacent to 216 North Cycott Street. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
A complicated motion. Was that your entire report?
Yes.
Okay. I would make the motion to accept the building commissioner's report in its entirety.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion or questions for Bill? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, it passes on a vote of 3-0. Code enforcement, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
You have in front of you my report for review. Barring any questions on that report, I'll continue with the notice to appear. 2 weeks ago, we had the residents at 516 West Broadway here to answer that they were using their property to store vehicles as an impound yard for a mechanic shop that he owns. This case is, I'm not sure what direction it's going to go yet. I had several phone calls with Don yesterday and with the residents, the property owner's attorney as well, concerning whether or not they were going to allow us access onto the property. At this point, at request of Don Tribbett, this has been continued until the 27th of February.
Okay.
And it does look like we're going to be granted the approval to go onto the property and do an inspection, Bill and myself.
All right.
Moving on, we can go on to 1618 Richardsville Street first. I believe the owners of that property are here. You guys want to come on up? I believe that you're here, this is your mother, correct? Okay. He is going to translate for his mother. Will you state your name and your address, your mother's name and address?
My name is William Cardona, and my mother, Maria Beretta. We live at 16 and a half Richardville, in an apartment.
Okay, in front of you, the pictures I just gave you are pictures that were taken recently in the backyard of that residence. Some of this, I just drove past there this morning, some of it has been cleaned up. The mattress is gone, the van seat is gone. However, the metal for what looks like a trampoline is still there. They've added a stationary bicycle that's still in the yard, and the stuff in the corner back in here behind the grill is still there. Okay, talk to me.
Well, we removed everything from there. The parts of the trampoline, the grill, the wood, and
I just drove past there less than an hour ago, and that stuff was still there. And in addition to that, you've added there's a stationary bicycle sitting in the backyard now. The biggest reason that I called these folks in is this is an ongoing problem. This is probably the third or fourth time in the past year that I've tagged these people for having debris or junk vehicles in their backyard.
How many apartments are in this building?
4.
Do we know who it is that's putting the articles out there?
We're going to throw this away, but it was my mom had cut it, and my dad was too busy.
Okay. I believe you received your first letter back in October. January 10th is when you received your first letter on this offense. There are letters in the file that go all the way back to a year ago.
Yes, we removed that.
Okay.
We removed the cement from the table, and well, the cement kind of broke the table. Then we took the cement.
What about the pool sled? It's still there.
We're going to throw that away.
Okay.
Esto
And
My dad just took that for a minute because he was going to go to Kokomo to buy some stuff. It
Okay.
was
the van seat.
yeah.
All right. Are you going to put that trampoline back together and use it again, or?
Yeah, we were just saving it until we were going to put it away because it was winter.
Okay. Well, the problem is this stuff that you've got stored back in here. You can't just store it outside. The stationary bicycle can't be just stored outside. This is at least the third time that I've written up.
Okay. We have what appears to be an issue that's been ongoing since at least October. And for whatever reason, and we're very sympathetic with what you're trying to do, you're at least attempting to address some of the issues, it appears. However, I wonder if there's possibly a language barrier here, or if there's some other reason, just not a full understanding of what we're trying to accomplish. And so what I'm going to propose is that you visit with the code enforcement officer immediately following this meeting so that he gives you clear instructions as to what's to be completed by this time next week, by 9 o'clock next Wednesday. If after 9 o'clock next Wednesday, everything on the list isn't removed, if there's anything that remains, then the city of Logansport will send our crew over there. We will clean the property and we will charge you for it. So this is your opportunity. You have 1 week to get everything cleaned up. This has been going on since October. October, November, December, January, and half of February, 4.5 months. We want to work with you, but at the same time, it does no good if you remove one article and then bring 2 articles back in. So clean everything up. If you intend to save something, if it has value to you, put it inside your house. It cannot stay in the backyard.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
It will be
I
clean.
would second that motion.
Okay. Is there any discussions or questions for me or the board?
Well, with
This isn't yours. This is a different.
with stuff, it was supposed to be a bathtub. We were going to install it, but we never got the chance because there was residents moving in.
Mhm.
Do you own the house?
No, my father does.
Your
My
father owns
couldn't
the house,
come because
okay.
he was at work.
Okay, he's the property owner. Okay, well just
Sí.
please understand, even with the best of intentions, if you intend to use the bathtub someplace in the house, you have to move it inside the house. You can't leave it sitting outside.
Él dice, no necesitas meterlo ahí, o mate. Nosotros no necesitas tirarlo. Nosotros no puedes dejarlo ahí.
Oh, ok. Ese es el trampolín de nosotros. dile.
Nosotros necesitamos póngalo para atrás.
Oh, ok.
Okay, I'll explain all that to you after the meeting, okay? Do you
Okay.
understand what the mayor has told you?
Yes.
Okay, so everything has to be cleaned up by this time next Wednesday. It can't be in sight. It can't be outside. If you're going to keep it, put it inside,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Okay.
Okay, that, we have a motion, and it's been properly seconded, which means we're going to go ahead and vote on it now, and that's going to be the official answer to you, is 1 week. You have 7 days to clean it up,
Oh, okay.
okay? So we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion regarding the property at 16-18 Richardville Street?
None.
All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion to extend the opportunity for the Cardona family to correct their problems, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, George, make sure that you talk to them after this and make sure that they have a clear understanding that everything goes.
All right.
Okay, thank
You
you.
guys just want to have a seat and wait till I get through and we'll talk, okay?
Okay.
Ok, thank you.
Thank you.
1003 High Street, the property owner was here. I checked it this morning prior to the meeting and it has been cleared up. 913 West Miami, the property owner resident there has some health issues. He is making progress slowly. And I'm working with him to take care of it. 820 North Street. This is in receivership. A bank now owns it in foreclosure. They have been notified, sent certified letters. They did not respond to the certified letters. You can see in the picture, just a whole lot of trash and stuff that's just blown all around the yard. The metal piping's still there. Most of the trash is still there.
Did you look at it this morning?
Yes, I did.
And did they receive proper notification? Did somebody sign for the letter?
No, nobody signed for the letter. We got the letter back where it was signed for, and that often happens when it goes to a bank.
Right.
U.S. Mortgage Investors is who it went to.
Okay. I make the motion that we order a property cleanup. I'm sorry, what was the date? What was your first contact on this property?
First contact was November 30th, 2012.
Okay. I make the motion that we order the property cleanup at 820 North Street.
I second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, it passes on a vote of 3-0. Is that all your report?
That's it. All I need is the approval of the report.
I make the motion to approve the code enforcement officer's report as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes on a vote of 3-0. We next have Superintendent of Public Works.
Good morning.
Morning.
I respectfully submit my report for the Public Works Department for the City of Logansport. If you have time to go through it, I'll be glad to answer any questions and hopefully get your approval. We spent about 2 hours down at 18th Street Monday of this week. Our office gets approximately 5 to 6 calls every other day on that crossing, and we've actually did the best. I went down there and we're putting asphalt on railroad ties that are rotted out, and we continually try to do something, and it's almost a lost cause. And I know your office gets them, but we have addressed it several times.
Are there any questions for the for Superintendent of Public Works?
None.
Hearing none.
I make a motion we approve the Superintendent of Public Works report.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes
Thank
on a vote
you.
of 3-0. Thank you, Dan. Police Chief Mike Clark.
Start off with, I've submitted my monthly report for January of this year. You've had a chance to look over it. I'd entertain any questions you have.
This is a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. It was an article on the front page of our illustrious newspaper this week about Peru, and the number of traffic citations they had issued was down to 2,000 for the year. What's your traffic citation guesstimate on the last year? Is it normal, above average?
I would say it's about average, with warnings and traffic tickets. The actual, I'd say about average year.
Can you check that out, the difference between 2011 and 2012 for the next meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
They had responded that they attributed that to the fact that they had hired 3 new police officers and they had done a lot of training and had not been running traffic control as much.
Okay.
I'm just wondering how we were doing, because we've hired how many police officers in the last year? New hires?
2.
Similar? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I have been asked about that as well, how our numbers compare.
I submitted, or I put a report on your,
Right, 2 minutes ago.
but I will check that and have an answer for you versus 2011.
Okay.
I'll get that to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any more questions for the Chief of Police?
None?
Hearing none, if you'll stick around till after, we'll do this.
Well, the second part of mine
Okay.
is I submitted a letter to the Board of Works to hire Kyle Perkins
Mhm.
Tell you a little bit about Kyle. He's 26 years old. He currently resides in Star City. He's going to relocate to Logansport area. He has a bachelor's degree in forensic science and an associate's degree in criminal justice. He is already a Indiana Law Enforcement Academy graduate, where he was second in his class, and he has been a reserve with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department. So with that being said, I'd entertain any questions. If not, I would ask for your approval for the hire.
I have no questions. Or,
I have no question.
question? There are no questions. I would make the motion that we approve the hiring of Kyle Perkins as the newest member of Logansport Police Department to be effective on February 18th, 2013.
I would second that.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any discussions from the audience? Nope. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It passes on a vote of 3-0. If you stick around, we'll.
Okay.
I'll
And
talk to you after.
I'd make a motion, we approve the balance of the chief's report.
I second. Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
None.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Fire chief is not here today. He's on detail. Wasn't sure if he could be here or not. Are there any board member comments?
None.
No.
Hearing none. Miscellaneous business and matter, including matters not already considered?
None.
Right, hearing none. I would entertain a motion to adjourn. We're adjourned.